Alright, hello, hello. Welcome back to Tavern Talk. Act 3, The Twilight Flood, Chapter 22, Twilight Zinni. On the 32nd of the Astral Moon. Here's we're getting into the endgame, I believe. We have some final core quests that seem to be the make or break for the fate of this world. We have some reliable adventurers who are already dog-eared for those quests. So, let's jump right into this and let's see how the fate of the world pans out. Start the day. We got Care, we got Kyle, we got Rhea. Morning, lot. Quest taken. Morning. Slept well? That grating ain't gonna do, Innkeep. Give me your best lines. I'll hear them all today. Top of the morning to you, adventurers. Go on. Peace and contentment be upon you, travelers. Sweet water and good berries, friends? Alright, enough. Seem to be in high spirits. Not often you get the chance to work on the project of a lifetime. I'm glad you're so passionate about this. Hope you didn't give Care too hard of a time convincing you. Once I mentioned Dragonfire, it would have been harder to stop her from going on the quest. It's just tough to find her. Didn't take you for a nighttime soup enjoyer. I'm not, usually. I can be persuaded, though, with the right soup and company. Ooh, what's Kyle saying? I assume your quest for comfort food turned out successful? Not at all. I was thwarted by the shadow of night. Dearest Rhea, promise we shall endeavor to make short thread another day, when the sun is high in the sky. And the stores are open. Why don't you make that sword first, though? Did Carolyn update you on what's at stake? Sure did. Those sigils of alcohol exist won't know what hit them when they see my newly forged weapon. It's sigils of Alcaz. Gesundheit. So I assume you've worked out a game plan? More or less. Not like we got a lot of info in the quest of yours. I'm sorry. You worked what you had. We'll manage. That ever-burning flame of Leviathan sounds more like a myth than something real. Sounds exactly like something you need for a mythical weapon capable of saving the world. Still, are you sure you're okay with reforging your sword for this, Care? Yes, it's the right thing to do. It wasn't what I was asking about. Believe me, I know a thing or two about the importance of an heirloom. It's fine. It's just, I wonder if it'll still feel the same connection to my Baba when I look at the sword afterwards. Eventually everything she gazed at in life will be gone. Do you think she liked looking at the sword of Carolyn the hero? Nice ring to it. And Guile agrees. It has quite a wonderful ring to it. I didn't know your grandma. Reforging that sword with Dragonfire to save the world. I think she would have been mighty proud of you. I'll make sure that weapon is the best anyone swung this side of the Aether Tree. You have a competition to win, after all. Exactly. I've been thinking all night about what techniques to use. The design ain't exactly final, but I'll finish it during our trip to the Highlands if I'm fast enough. Rhea, are you doing okay? You ever heard of giving someone time to think? You seem to be putting a lot of pressure on yourself. It can't just be some simple run-of-the-mill weapon. There's so much to decide before starting the forging process. Hitting, quenching, tapering, and the 5 Berkin heat treatment techniques. And the 5... Wait. It could actually work. I'm surprised you'll remember those. Certainly. You're very passionate about the method. I'm just stoked to get a weapon made by you, Rhea. If it's you, I know my Baba's sword is in good hand. You have the forging part covered. Anything planned for the rest of the quest? Right. Because we don't really know much about who or what might be guarding the flame, we're taking Hexalon. Did we encounter any defenses of the magical sword? As for how to get to the Highlands, Clay and Tia couldn't come along, so let's hope Baya's up for helping their tree travel thing. You've got your bases covered. You as the main fighter, Ray as craft master, X and Baya as magical support, and Kyle as emotional support. The most important role, if I do say so myself. How will we forge a legendary weapon if our spirits are as low as the astral sea? Also, we can lift like 3 grown men at once without issue, so got it. Did not know that about Kyle. Seems like you thought of everything, though. Hopefully. Help from your drinks will be mighty appreciated nonetheless. Anything particular in mind? Some fire resistance seems like it come in pretty handy. Does sound reasonable. We focus on agility. We're already going in that direction. Don't think we want to take whatever traps we run into head on. Add some strength as well, for anything we can't avoid. That and the fire resistance should definitely help with forging the weapon as well. Oh, that ghost berry I brought you yesterday. I wouldn't mind some invisibility either. Might give us some imaginative ways to deal with whatever challenges we end up facing. Concentrating on intelligence, take full advantage if that sounds like a good option too. X would like that. I bet. Knowing him, there's an equal chance his ideas going right or horribly wrong. If things go south, we'll need the charm to talk our way out of anything. Sounds decent. Some intelligence goes to help with figuring out those techniques you mentioned. And my design, I guess. Alright, Innkeep. You look like you're bursting to help us out with this decision. Gonna be dexterity with some strength as backup and fire resistance, or we approach it with intelligence. A small dose of charisma in case things go really wrong. And some handy invisibility. Well, if you're asking me. Right now, what are our drink options for this one? Looking for speed and strength or bonus and charisma. I just think fire resistance is the best thing for this. So, what are our options for? Fairly sure it is just the peppers, chilies. Looking for this. Something with agility, strength, and or drink options. I mean, I guess technically Last Whisper could. You like balance it with extra stuff, but mix in a little bit of this. Last Whisper. Or I'm not sure. I think it needs a bit more strength than that. Let's see. What else can we order? Oh. This Whisper might actually be the only option. This one, at it. Yeah, no, Last Whisper seems to be the only option. Or that went out a little bit too soon, Keep. Last Whisper, we're up. Lots of unknown factors here. Taking things out can only work if the other party can talk. What? Plus that fire resistance seems crucial. Okay. For a second I thought I mixed up the wrong drink and I actually somehow made a charisma drink. The Innkeep was talking. That was a mighty fine drink. Feel like I could forge that weapon in one of Leviathan's volcanoes. I sure feel a bit calmer knowing strength if it comes down to it. But we're off to the Highlands. Me and Kyle are gonna go grab Hex. You go get Baya? Sure. Good. Alright, that's it. Innkeep. One last line for good luck. Make it count. Mind the creaky step on your way. Fair. Very well, dear innkeeper. Hey, Care, how you doing? You thinking? You pondering? Kinda weird, isn't it? What is? There's going to be a battle for the fate of the world. But Elfie ain't even here to worry themselves stupid about it. You'd have loved this, I think. Not the impending doom, all this getting together to defeat evil stuff. Make sure to tell those guys heading to the Twilight Portal to keep an eye out for him. I will. Good. Oh, it's time for me to head out as well. Stay safe, Care. Always, Innkeeper. Hey. New friends. Innkeeper, we have returned. See that, dear? I was waiting here. I'm surprised to see you here. Yeah, well, this holier than that dragged me along. So I'm about finally doing my part. I distinctly remember you expressing open interest in our plight when you were talking to Nico. I believe you asked multiple questions that indicated your desire to help. I remember asking how much you'd pay. You said nothing. I said no thanks. Yet you didn't resist coming along. I just caught you on that one, Jade. You have a better job lined up, Jade? Not yet. Nico and I are eyeing something, but I guess I got some time to kill. Perhaps Nico can help too, then. It better. Not sure if I can deal with Princess here alone. You need to deal with me. I can handle myself.
I'd love to have Nico on the team.
Me too. I assume you have written us a quest, Innkeeper? I have. Take a look. What are you thinking, yeah? Excellent work.
I knew we could count on you.
Let me have a look at that. To have to catch the guy at the portal. Seems simple enough. You can even set up an ambush.
Or be sneaky if he's already there.
You can sneak, big guy?
I can do a lot of things. Years back, I spent some time with some lithic panthers who showed me how to sneak up on anybody. I just don't like doing it. He's a bit rude, you know?
Oh, I don't.
I think the situation calls for a little rudeness.
Agreed. It does. For a little more manpower. You're right, Inky. We should ask Nico for help. Also, Hex suggested taking Voya along. Greater Distractions knows his way around the Twilight Chasm, but our quest leads. Apparently he has family there. I hope we don't need to disturb them. Else? We considered a whole lot more, but Scully and Grace made a good point.
But not everyone is battle-tested, and it'd be reckless to take inexperienced adventurers along. I also said we should look into more backup plans for the backup plan. We just wanted an excuse to do some research and to stay away from the bloodshed.
Can't blame him.
Ellie really wanted to come too, but Nils said no.
Is he coming himself? Of course. Hey, these two asked for him before we got here. Pretty good fighters, and kid's got some talent. Said goodbye properly this time. Carolyn made sure he did. Never saw a more terrifying death glare in my whole life. It was very impressive. It was. So, are you finished with your questions?
Actually, can you review the plan for me one more time? It's been a long couple of weeks.
Sure. So, listen up. We make it to the Twilight Portal by the moon pools, and we stop our big bad evil from going through. If we fail that, or if he's faster than us, we chase him through the Twilight Chasm and into And we prevent him from getting that fancy axe. And if that fails, well, We stop him at all costs. Sounds like a good plan. While you're at it, will you keep an eye out for Fable for me?
Of course.
Now, Innkeep, by the dragon's all that is holy in this world, can we count on your help again? Yes. What do you need? Easy. It's gonna be quicker than that maniac. We should be the first to reach the portal. And we should be the first to attack him, all while dodging his counterattacks. Outbeating him seems like the smartest option here. You're wrong. It is foolish to think his strikes won't be powerful. We need to be well protected against him, so we can take him down before he really hurts any of us. Don't be stupid. If we're fast enough, he won't even get a chance to hurt us. I'd like you to say that again when you're lying in a pool of your own blood.
Okay, maybe we need both. It's just the balance that counts. We can focus on a whole lot of defense, but keep some dexterity in our back pocket. Maybe some of those fast infusion thingies can make up the difference. I could hasten you with some golden feathers or saber fangs. Great! Alternatively, you could give us a lot of dexterity instead, just a little bit of defense on top. Make sure we don't get hurt, you can give us some of that frost armor Scully keeps talking about.
Sure thing. I've got enough frozen pine cones left for that.
I don't think Jade and Tia can make a decision without bloodshed, so could you help us out?
Of course. I know just what to do. Alright, so... honestly, I think the haste and defense are probably what's going to do better. So, or haste. Either saber fangs or... probably going to be saber fang. Saber fang. Let's see. What are our options for this one? And probably it's gonna be first snow then, in which case we gotta switch the infusion from Saber Fang to the after all. It's the glass on that one. Alright, first snow. At defense, we got some speed, we got some haste. Put on. Defense should be your number one priority. But I think haste makes for a good backup plan. Never gonna have enough of those. See, I was right. As usual, you chose the right focus. We'll be fast, I don't have to listen to you gloat much longer. Let's get this over with. Oh, she's gone. Alright, Clay, let's go. Oh, what's wrong, Clay? Clay?
You should...
Are you okay?
No, I don't think so. Aren't you scared?
Of what?
All of this. The fate of the world's a very heavy weight to bear, don't you think? If someone gets hurt and I can't stop it. If I can't protect you and the others and the world and the ferrets.
Clay, stop, please. For a moment, just stop. I know this is scary. Truth be told, I'm scared too. My whole life's been up to this moment. I've always been told I'm meant to save people. If I can't, what's the point of me, no?
You are the point. Glad you exist. You don't save anyone. You're not some mythical savior. You're my friend.
You are mine. A little less afraid because I have you with me. Taught me how to value myself as a person, put all the weight on my shoulders. Wish you would do the same for yourself. Together you will get through them. Save each other and our friends in the world. Keep her while we're at it.
Thank you. I appreciate being included. You're enough, Clint. You are enough. Don't have to worry that you're not. You too, Tia. I think I'm excluding you.
I wouldn't dream of it.
Having you two believe in me is all the strength I need. And can we still hold hands on the way there, so it's a little less scary?
Of course. Remember, lose a bracelet will be where I get lost somehow, but your impeccable sense of mine will help me find you too.
You just get lost looking.
Maybe I'd have to ask Jade for help. Do that for you.
Thank you, Tia. You're a great best friend.
I like these two.
They're very sweet. I like the journey Tia has gone as a character from being the no-nonsense, set-in-her-ways paladin a bit more world-wise. I like it.
Oh. So are you. Alright then. Best bud? Let's do this. Together. Best of luck.
You won't need it.
That's sweet. I like those two. They seem very, very nice together. Oh.
Hey, stranger.
You must make them some really good drinks, Innkeep. I've never seen clay that determined.
I tried my best. I have to say, Grace, surprised you're not accompanying Hex to the ever-burning flame.
You didn't want to stop studying the magic spells. I think they might help us solve all this. I think what might help me right now is a drink. Something that'll get my thoughts flowing gracefully despite all this mess.
I'll give you a moment. Alright. Looking for something with some good brain power. Peak Sunrise. I'm gonna throw in a Ghostberry. Just because I think it'd be fun. You think I want to use it? Sparkling Nebula? Oh. Yeah, shit. That does just work. That is the brain power that she wants, and okay. Order up. Throw some sparkle on top of that. Delicious thought detangler, just for you.
I don't think I've ever tasted a detangler as delicious as this. You tasted a detangler?
Oh no.
Melly, would you like a drink as well? No, thank you. I've already had 3 hot chocolates today. If any more magic enters my system, I'm going to eat the sun.
You got the zoomies. Another topic then. I heard you formed a research team.
We did. Obviously, Grace and I are the leaders, but we also recruited Scully and Archie. Luna said she wanted to sit with us and crochet while we work.
What a great excuse to help.
She insists we don't call it helping.
Of course she does.
Rufus is helping us too. His will is so soft it calms everyone down. Nils would join us too. Busy fighting the mean guy. He promised he'd be back soon, so we better keep that promise.
What are you looking into anyway? I only mentioned spells. Those ones Hex found in the tower?
Yeah, those ones exactly. We stayed up all night decoding their formulas, but as soon as he figured out what they were about, he lost interest. So I picked them up. Most of them are rudimentary, all things we already have in our spell books. But 2 stuck out to me.
Care to educate me?
Which one do you want to hear about first? Teleportation or soul binding?
Soul binding.
X brought home a glass case with a glowing floating scroll inside. After we got it out and removed all the protective runes, it was pretty disappointing.
Brittle locked glass case and protective room. Like someone didn't want it to be.
I'm pretty sure I know why. It describes pulling souls right out of people's bodies and binding them to objects. Completely volatile magic. Dangerous, I assume. A little hard to translate. Trying to figure out any side effects it may have. So I can convince Hex not to use it whenever he's slightly inconvenienced.
Sounds difficult, but I'm sure you'll figure it out. What about the other scroll?
The other scroll? One of the scrolls he found holds a powerful teleportation spell. Now, I fancy myself quite equipped at conjuration magic, but Hex finds it boring. He picked that scroll up because he assumed the golden runes meant it was special. He was right, but I guess didn't have enough fire for him.
More special than a soul binding scroll?
No, but still special enough. I think, guessed correctly, be anywhere in the stereo with incredible accuracy. Even to protect the places and other planes, but I'm trying to figure out how to use it without destroying myself. It requires more mana than people usually have in their body.
You think it'd kill its caster?
Almost certainly so. It was a lot of promise. Maybe I can modify it.
Best of luck.
Thank you. X also brought back a lot of the wizard's personal notes. Diaries and such, retellings of his exploits, of his hopes, dreams, fears. When I have some time, I think I'll be able to do a deep dive into who he was. Maybe I can put a little exhibition together. Boy, Nico, let me borrow some of those magic items.
I doubt they'd dare refuse you.
I'd hope not. I want some magic scrolls of my own to decipher. First, I need to finish this research. Just because I need to figure out what to do if... It's nice to have something to do, is all. Plus, I'll take any excuse to hear more Skelly's ever bloom stories. Try to figure out whether he can reverse the sigils. That'd be neat.
If you can duct tape them back together?
I don't think so. Search yourself. I'll make this whole board where I can collect and connect all of our clues. Spaghetti. Specifically, I'm looking into who exactly that necromancer guy could be. They said he noticed some flowers on his armor, and I think that might be a clue. Maybe he's a florist, or they're zombie flowers, or he wants to destroy all the flowers. I need to figure out what his motive is. Figure out his motive, we can figure out who he is. Figure out his weaknesses. Not that we'll need them, because Nils and the others will. What did he say? Kick his abs? Looking into it makes me... Homer? Yeah. It'll be alright. I didn't keep... The zombies aren't gonna eat them like they ate my parents.
They won't. All protect each other. Come back for you.
Hope so. I don't want that to happen again. I miss my parents. You say we're here the whole night.
What were they like?
Well, my dad always told me bedtime stories about swashbuckling burglars. And my mom loved making things out of yarn, especially socks. They were really nice and cool. I loved them so much. I know I can't replace your parents, but is it okay if I hold your hand until Nils, Carolyn, and Fable come back? That'd be nice. I feel a lot safer with him around, you know? Like I'm home again.
You are.
I think so too. I have dramatic backstory. I'm turning into Nils. Just less repressed and gay for Fable.
Oh, Melly. Oh, no. I don't know why. That just tickled me, right?
Maybe it's time to head out. We'll update you on our research tomorrow, Innkeep, but first... We're gonna get a lot of ice cream! Exactly. I'm gonna promise you make some. Save some for me? We'll try. Hey, Quincy!
Hello there. A while since you last showed up. I feared you went home without saying goodbye.
I wouldn't do that, my friend. I did end up finding those golden loon feathers quickly, with a little help from Voyage. With everything going down, I decided to stick around and help those in need.
That sounds just like you.
How are things with you, though? I don't need to say much for you to know what that face means. I've seen it once or twice before. Something I can do for you.
What is there to be done, Quincy? Everything is in limbo.
Like dancing on the edge of a blade. Wrong move and it's over.
Something like that.
Would it help if I asked you for a drink? Maybe. It always helps me when I'm feeling down.
What?
A good cup of Quincy's hot chocolate. Here, after all I've heard, you might need it more than me.
Thank you. That's very kind of you.
Now, go on. Make me a drink. This one or another one, whatever you'd like.
I mean, I want to try a new recipe. Hot chocolate. Order up.
Couldn't wait to try it out right away. Well, you replicated it perfectly. Hands and heart are warm. Want a sip yourself? Look like you need it. Maybe later. May this drink be warmer than the currents of these times. And most certainly. Thank you, Innkeeps. Of course. So, how are you? I'm losing my... Understandable. Feels like an underreaction. Feels like there are a million different... Almost none of them. They're good, my worries twisted into something horrifying. Doesn't seem fair. I don't know if emotions can be fair or unfair. Either way, it's good to feel things. Reminds you you're alive.
I'd like to feel a little less.
We all say that, until we suddenly do. We wish we weren't so empty. Isn't it good to care again? To have people you want to be well? Maybe. I didn't think I'd care again. I didn't want to. But this happened? Yeah, just like that. Without my consent, I might add. The heart wants what it wants, and sometimes what it wants is friendship.
I can see how that's a scary feeling. Hitting the nail on the head here, Quincy, like goddamn.
So many things are on the line now, perhaps more than you bargained for. It was easier when I just looked away. You'd rather look away than help your patrons, your friends. Now I have to face the fear of losing them. Funny.
Funny?
You swear to me you were done fearing death? You had nothing left to lose?
Sometimes lying to ourselves is easier than others.
I'll keep my I told you so to myself. I feel like I'm stuck in an endless cycle. Wait, Alf doesn't tear me apart. Would it help to know we all felt like that at some point? Not really, no. Let me leave you with this instead. Love may come at the price of loss. The inevitability of loss also comes with love. You can't lose something without having love. So you should love whatever it is you fear to lose. Those are the moments that make your life worth living. Besides, you have the power to step out of that cursed circle any time.
Do I?
Write your own story, my friend. Don't doom yourself. Look at how good you are at giving advice. Asshole.
Makes me a bit envious.
You'll get there eventually. I hope so. Thanks for checking in. I needed that. Of course. Please don't stop reaching out. The safety of isolation is not worth the loneliness. I'll try to remember that. You better. Now, remember the night market is close by. I don't want to waste this opportunity, so. Let me hold you back. Until next time, take care of yourself. Kind to yourself. Be safe out there. Why don't I get a catchphrase? Oh well. Comes with age. Maybe next millennium. Millennium? Oh, you're new. Hello. Greetings, traveler. Nice armor.
Oh, doesn't it seem familiar?
Flowers certainly do. You keep my books. Oh, thanks.
You know, I imagine this place differently. It's nice.
Thank you.
I thought you'd be long gone by now. After all, you like running, don't you?
I like it here. Though, your visit is making me consider moving soon.
It's not advised to stay in one place for too long anyway. Eventually the past will catch up to you.
I figured. Who? What is your name? What brings you here, really, Quasar?
You know, this and that. I paid Marrow Castle a visit. Quite serene this time of year.
What for?
Sightseeing, trespassing.
You broke in.
No, of course not. I walked in. I was persistent in my approach. Politely, I knocked on the door. Unfortunately, vampires these days have no hospitality. No one came forth to greet me, but I let myself in.
That was a bit rude of you, no?
Rude. Innkeep. Politeness has always been a virtue I stand by.
I don't remember you as a polite person.
Your mind must be failing you. The manor was derelict. Vampires are abandoned. Inside, broken glass and blood speckled the ancient hall. Shame. The state one. I didn't dwell too long. I took the chance to get what I wanted without any inconvenient interference.
What would that be?
Curious as ever, aren't you?
That's why I made it my job.
What? Being nosy?
Something like that. I get to hear a lot of things every day. People like to talk.
You manipulate your patrons to darkest secrets.
I don't manipulate. I listen. I'm all ears. What would Lady Evelyn let you, Quasar Dustbring?
Just a little ingredients for the execution of a grand design.
Grand design? Never wants to make big plans.
Speak for yourself.
Maybe times changed you. Oddly enough, you still look the same.
I'd make sure you'd recognize me after all.
How could I ever forget you?
Seems it was pretty easy for you to move on.
It wasn't.
Yet you're hiding. You ran away from everything that once mattered to build a life behind a counter in a shabby tavern.
Is that why you're here? Are your accusations around?
No. I guess I just wanted one last chat now that everything is coming to an end. Curious about how this old friend of mine is doing. So, how are you doing?
Full of hope for a better tomorrow.
Me too. I'm just afraid that we're hoping for a different dawn.
Might be. How are you doing?
Do you even want to know?
It's my job. Tavern is open to everyone.
Your protective spells beg to differ.
Let you through, didn't they? So, how about a drink? You tell me whatever it is you need to get off your chest.
As you still know me well. And if you remember what I've taught you.
Of course I do.
Oh, Andu is not happy. Oh, Andu, you poor guy. So I didn't get the ding that this is ready, but it seems like it is 1,000 wins. It seems like it's... We're up. How about this? Sweet and chatty. Not bad. Almost tastes like back in the day. Think I'd forget? Yes. I assume you're as good at abandoning memories as you are at abandoning people. Ouch. It seems like people are right about one. That would be, your drinks can influence fate. You can't save people. They could push them in a direction, alter them. I wouldn't go that far. I do my best to support my patrons in their endeavor. Will you support my? As I said, I serve everyone at the Tavern. How noble. How awfully morally gray. Opportunistic. Like nothing's changed. I like it that way. Making decisions for people, leading them to their doom. All because you can't help but wonder what a little entropy. I help. You help, sure. You always liked to help when it was most convenient for you, when it got people to love you. Hope all your helping has aided you in getting them. I didn't forget them. Oh, is that so? I couldn't sleep for months. My heart bled and bled, and there was nothing left to bleed. I was alone. By the end of it, when nothing was left, it was just one question. How could the one person I trusted with my life turn on me like that? How dare he leave me with nothing but the stars staring at them alone? Wondering whether the blood would ever wash off. How the dragons and their false light. It's all you've done with your freedom. This dastardly achieved freedom. This. There's still blood on our hands. It took me way too long to realize that I didn't have to give up. That I'm not like you. It doesn't have to be their blood that sticks to my hands. They're gone. Not for much longer. Soon the star rain and the flood that washed away our yesterday opened the gates to a new tomorrow. A new horizon unhaunted by still ghosts. Quasar. Innkeeper. Why would you do something like this? Don't we owe it to them? The you I knew would have agreed. Me you knew was foolish. Some situations are hopeless and some decisions aren't easy. Decisions are quite easy if you set your mind to it. Today I need to tear apart Cassiopeia's wings for the stars to rain upon Gaia. Ambitious task. I could decide not to and abandon my plans because I'm intimidated by the complexity. Or scared of the consequences. No. Instead, I choose to stick with it. Get what I want. I don't give up. I succeed. It truly is that simple. If you care, you'll get it done, no matter how much effort it may take. Everyone was dead. I wasn't. Didn't we promise to always stand by each other's side? Never be alone again? We did. Didn't they deserve the same? They did. Why are you here and they aren't? I don't know. What did we mean to you? Nothing. We meant nothing
To you. The home we built. So little. That's not true. You still ponder about the meaning of life, watching the stars.
No, there aren't any anymore.
It's better that way. It means there's no risk of getting caught up in trivial things.
Like getting caught up in the thought of a world without pain.
Like that.
So naive.
So stupid. And everything to me. Don't lie to me.
I've seen through the charade.
Your tricks don't work on me anymore. Look at the stars now as they lie at our feet. A declaration of your failure. An elegy to your cowardice. Demonstration of my endurance. Everything is set. Everyone will get what they deserve.
Even your little replacement. Soon there'll be no more but a fading memory on the horizon. Feels familiar, doesn't it? Alive. They can be saved. Are alive indeed. What you should ask yourself is for how much longer. Time comes, run again. Now, you sent them to their deaths, did you?
I sent them to stop you.
I'm aware. Which reminds me, I'll have to leave soon before your little pawns interfere with my threads of fate. Gertrude, come on. It's time to go home. Gertrude? That's a raven? The bird. Interesting. Care to explain? I sent you a little companion so you wouldn't be so alone. I need her back now. You know I value my privacy. I value the perfect execution of... So thank you for collecting so much information.
You don't have to do that.
I don't, but I will. Anyway, I got somewhere to be. Speaking of which, my invitation. The offer still stands. Join me, watch as I repair what you destroyed 30 years ago. Join me to witness the renaissance of times past. Can't. Place is here. What a pity. It was pains me to see you haven't changed. I've moved on. You should try it sometime. Spoken like a true kid. Not like I need you anyway. Not anymore. See you soon. Or not. Alright, here's a treat for you. Oh, that was not a good time for you.